A dramatic clash caught on camera between federal immigration officers and people in Chicago. The department warning cartels are offering $2,000 for gathering intelligence on federal officials and their families, $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials.
Mayor Brandon Johnson's right-hand man should be fired, according to the city's inspector general, but the mayor's office is declining to do so.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know, that helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, today we're going to be talking about Chicago once again. It seems like it's ground zero for pretty much everything that's happening in this country now. Chicago is ground zero for the ICE raids, as you can see on your screen. It is ground zero for mayoral incompetence, where your boy, the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is doing just as terrible a job today. At least this is according to many Chicagoans, residents. They say he's doing just as terrible a job today as he was yesterday, y'all. So mayoral incompetence is in Chicago. And also we have, well, I want y'all to tell me, is it judicial overreach? Yay or nay? We're going to talk about how judges are starting to make rulings against ICE, which might make their jobs a lot more difficult. And also finally, y'all, in the last story today, your boy, the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, his right-hand man, the inspector general. You can think of that person as someone who looks into potential dirty deeds. That person is saying, yo, you need to fire him because he's doing wrong. And do you think the illustrious sub 10% approval? Well, what would a sub 10% approval rating mayor do? Would they fire their boy who's doing wrong? Or would they say, nah? Or would they decline to fire their boy who's doing wrong? You can kind of already guess, but we'll get the full story, the full scoop on that. That'll be the final story today. But first, y'all, we're going to get into this crazy footage of this ICE battle and then the aftermath. But before we do, y'all, we have a new webpage for my people out there who are like, yo, I have money, but I don't want to give it away to the people who are trying to take it. How can I protect my retirement? Y'all, gold. How many times do I have to tell you? Gold has been man's longest monetary best friend for 5,000 years. I mean, what else are you looking for? Go to our webpage. Go to the new webpage, Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Get the information on how to protect your retirement. And you can call 844-651-8334 and speak to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Now let's go ahead and hop into this content.
Out of the growing tensions across the country over immigration raids, the city of Los Angeles has now declared a state of emergency.
In Chicago, a confrontation between immigration officers and residents was captured on camera. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest on the political fallout.
A dramatic clash caught on camera between federal immigration officers and people in Chicago. Homeland Security officials say an undocumented immigrant inside this vehicle tried to flee from arrest, ramming into a Border Patrol vehicle and triggering a pursuit. Agents purposely crashing into the SUV to stop it. Two people then fled on foot. A crowd at the scene growing hostile, throwing objects, agents firing tear gas. Border Patrol officials saying this incident is not isolated and reflects a growing and dangerous trend of illegal aliens violently resisting arrest and agitators and criminals ramming cars into our law enforcement officers. And Homeland Security officials say Mexican cartels now are attempting to track, harass, and target immigration and Border Patrol agents. The department warning cartels are offering $2,000 for gathering intelligence on federal officials and their families, $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials.
We're hardening all of our buildings and making sure that we have more security measures, snipers on the roof, people to protect our law enforcement while they're out there on the streets.
It seems like nowadays everything's being caught on tape. I cannot believe that footage. I can't believe that's what's really happening out here in these streets. Like, I'm really surprised. No joke, no exaggeration. I'm shocked that this is what's going down out here. And at the same time, it seems to me clear that ICE is under threat, okay? It seems to me that it's clear that the tactics ICE is using is causing major backlash, and people are throwing rocks at them, throwing eggs at them, confronting them, physically assaulting them. And so they had a gate up or fence up outside of their Chicago area detention facility in Broadview, and a judge just told them they need to take the fence down. I mean, it's hard to understand.
NBC5's Jen Sean joins us live with more details from Broadview, where a fence was taken down late last night. Jen?
That's right. A lot to cover this morning, Michelle and Lisa. We've been reporting that fence outside this ICE processing center in Broadview was ordered down by 11:59 last night. And as you can see, it is now down. It was taken down by that deadline. The fence is gone. What you're looking at now are law enforcement vehicles. Those are county sheriff's vehicles and state police vehicles. There are some changes in this area that will affect protesters and neighbors.
And just today, a judge also ruled that ICE has to wear body cameras. Now, I get it. I really do. I get it. And I would imagine ICE themselves would want to wear body cameras because it seems like they're really on the receiving end of a lot of the assaults. Plus, they're law enforcement. I mean, they're going to use force. When people run, when people resist, that's what law enforcement does, for better or for worse. So body cameras now, y'all.
Judge ruled that immigration agents in Chicago must now wear body cameras. The decision comes after the judge said she saw tear gas like this situation on the east side. She also cited other tactics used against protesters during TV coverage. It also happened to journalists outside of the ICE facility in Broadview. The judge previously said agents needed to wear ID badges and ban them from using certain riot control techniques against peaceful protesters and journalists.
I am sure we're going to get a lot more ICE-related news, y'all. But at the same time that ICE is going through all of this, you have the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago. His right-hand man is under fire for corruption, governmental corruption. And the inspector general is saying you need to fire your illustrious, I don't know if his right-hand man is sub 10%, but don't they say sub 10% tethers flock together? I don't know. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this story.
Mayor Brandon Johnson's right-hand man should be fired, according to the city's inspector general. But the mayor's office is declining to do so. Our Sabrina Franzen spoke with Inspector General about these allegations against the mayor's top staffer, and she's here now. Sabrina.
Joe, this was very confusing for us. We actually just spoke to Jason Lee, the man in question here, Mayor Brandon Johnson's senior advisor and close confidant. About 2 years ago, Alderman Bill Conway filed a report with the Inspector General alleging that when he asked for help with an encampment in his ward, Lee tried to extort public safety services in exchange for Conway's vote.
Mr. Lee took me back into the coat room back here, and he said they would help me with this problem as long as I voted to raise the real estate transfer tax on the working families of this city and raise the tip credit. And once I didn't do those things, a clean out was canceled of this viaduct, and that was unfortunate.
Alderman Bill Conway takes us back about 2 years.
Is it normal for someone to pull a alderman into a coat closet to have a private conversation?
I have not heard it happening to anybody else.
When he filed a complaint with Chicago's Inspector General.
Much of our work is really designed to, or driven by the desire to shine a light into dark corners of City Hall. This is a conversation that we ought to be having in the light of day.
The findings following that complaint published today. Inspector General Deborah Witzberg says city employees are
obligated by law to cooperate with the work of the Office of Inspector General.
And that the subject of this particular investigation, who we understand to be Lee, did not. The office recommended the subject be terminated and placed on the no-hire list. Lee is still working at City Hall and spoke to us over the phone. He claims he made multiple attempts to cooperate with the OIG, some of which are documented in the report, though he added he tried to participate with private counsel and that the OIG rejected his participation.
Only once there was a prospect of discipline and, in fact, termination from a city job did the subject's attorney reach out to us.
Interesting. And what did they say?
That they had intended to reach out sooner.
Is that sufficient?
It is not. If you get pulled over for speeding, you don't get to tell the police officer that you meant to slow down before you got there.
Now, the mayor's office backed Lee in their statement to us. The OIG pointed out that when they made termination recommendations to other city departments, those departments agreed and terminated those employees. But in this case, the mayor's office did not, Joe.
Is it up to the mayor unilaterally?
It is. So the recommendation can be made and they can accept or deny the recommendation. In this case, they were the only agency to do that.
Deny. Sabrina, thank you.
So yeah, y'all, Chicago, the third biggest city in the country, one of the major cities in the whole world, is now ground zero for all kinds of shenanigans, y'all. All kinds of shenanigans. So let me know. I mean, I guess there are a few things I would want y'all to comment on. Did y'all watch that video of the police chase, y'all? That is wild. I was not expecting that to come out. What do you think about that? What do you think about the fact that the judge is making ICE take that fence down? I mean, the fence is gone at this point. Seems like ICE is under attack, y'all. I know that the residents feel like they're under attack too. So I am cognizant that both sides feel under attack, right? And then what do you think about the fact that the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor Brandon Johnson has a right-hand man who allegedly engaged in corruption, the inspector general saying, yo, you should be firing him. And as an illustrious sub 10% approval rating, Mayor Johnson is refusing. What do you think about that? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Before you do, please stop, hit the share button. Share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. To my people with a retirement, go down, click the first link in the description. Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Get the information on protecting your retirement from the upsies, downsies, the roundsies, and the roundsies. If you're still watching, y'all, click the link on your screen and look on our other channel, the Paralegal Reacts channel. You should go there. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. We're talking about the Chicago Loop Puncher and the surprise. Just go watch the video. You're going to see the surprise related to the Chicago Loop Puncher. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. And we'll see you back in the next one.